The New Zealand Prime Minister, in case you don't know, that's Jacinda Ardern, is the latest Liberal leader to call for an international alliance to censor speech. Unsatisfied with the unprecedented corporate censorship of social media companies, leaders like Hillary Clinton have turned from private censorship to just good old-fashioned state censorship. Speech regulation has become an article of faith on the left. Ardern used her speech this month to the United Nations General Assembly to call for censorship on a global scale. Ardern lashed out at disinformation and called for a global coalition to control speech. After nodding towards free speech, she proceeded to lay out a plan for its demise through government regulation. This Ardern bird takes the absolute cake. She was the one for weeks climbing onto her pulpit of truth with a brain-washed nincompoop fellow called Bloomfield and daily told a string of lies and fed the population with bucketfuls of mistruths and misinformation regarding COVID-19. Ardern is in fact the smiling face of the new generation of censors. At least the old generation of censors, like the Iranians, do not pretend to support free speech and openly admit that they are crushing dissent. The point is that we need to be equally on guard when censorship is pushed from the left with the best of motivations maybe, but it's always with the worst of outcomes. Let's be clear. Jacinda Ardern is neither well-meaning nor without understanding. She, along with true disciples like Justin from Canada, Macron from France, among others, is distinguished graduates of the World Economic Forum's Young Dictator in Training program. They're going all in for the totalitarian globalist control. They pledge their loyalty to their absolute dear leader, Klaus Schwab's feet. The time to fight back is now. So come on, you sensible and better aware citizens, all hands on deck to save us from this lot of insufferables. Jacinda, Macron, Justin understand the goals of the Great Reset agenda, and they're willing to do whatever it takes in order to implement the plans for Great Global Reset. Squash dissent, censor the truth, strip you of your rights, take away your freedom, implement cashless society, a totalitarian control just over you. So wake up, people. This nightmare is now really happening. There was a comment from the USA, and it said this: no American elected that bitch, so she should stick to censoring her own tiny corner of this earth. Of course, none of these idiots ever answer the question, who gets to determine what is disinformation? They just assume it'll be they themselves who will determine that. What we really need, right, and as someone pointed out, she's a real peach, isn't she? Don't you think?